In 2024, your host, Mark Smith, celebrated 7 years of the Microsoft Business Applications podcast. Now, we step into a transformative 2025 with a fresh new name. Welcome to the Microsoft Innovation Podcast. Our new name reflects a broader vision, exploring the intersection of people, business, technology, and AI. You'll also hear from me, Meg Smith, a bit more as we launch a new exciting series called The AI Show.
Welcome to the MVP Show. My intention is that you listen to the stories of these MVP guests and are inspired to become an MVP and bring value to the world through your skills. If you have not checked it out already, I do a YouTube series called How to Become an MVP. The link is in the show notes. With that, let's get on with the show. Today's guest is from the wonderful country of Italy. Just quietly, my wife and I's favorite country in the world, if we weren't living where we were, would be Italy. He is currently working as a self-employed consultant, focusing on Microsoft 365 and the Power Platform. He was first awarded as MVP in 2023. He's curious and passionate about problem solving. I love that word, curious. He also loves traveling and meeting new people. You can find links to his bio and socials in the show notes for this episode. Welcome to the show, Angelo.
Hi. Thanks for inviting me. I'm really happy for this.
Excellent. Angelo, you live in the most amazing part of the world outside of where I live. So much so that I'm coming to live in Italy for at least a month to 6 weeks next year with my family. Just because there's so many conferences and stuff going on that I want to get involved with, and it's a long way to fly from New Zealand all the way to where you are. So we thought, hey, why don't we make Italy our base for whatever we do across Europe for those 6 weeks? But tell me about what part of Italy you're in.
So, I live in Italy. I live in a small town around 100 kilometers in north on Milan, in a quiet area surrounded by nature near the Italian Alps. So I think this location is really beautiful and peaceful.
It sounds amazing, like everything in Italy. Tell me, food, family, and fun. What do you tell us a bit about your family? What do you do? What's your favorite food? And if there's any cuisine that you recommend that I should partake of next time in Italy. And then what do you do for fun? So kind of like everything that you don't do as part of your job. Tell us a bit about that.
I really enjoy Italian food, of course, especially pasta and pizza, topped with cheese or mushroom. I can suggest you pasta alla carbonara if you come back to Italy again. And I also have a soft spot for hamburgers. If also maybe it's not Italian food, typical Italian food, but I like it. And on the family side, I've been happily married to my wife for 11 years this year. And I am uncle of two nephews who I absolutely adore. And from the fun side, I am passionate about music. I play guitar, and I'm currently trying to learning piano, but I don't have much time to spend on this activity, unfortunately. And the heaven through is quite a challenging activity, so it's really difficult. I also love to participating as a speaker at conferences where I can share knowledge and experience, and especially meet new people who inspire me. It's a fulfilling way to combine my professional expertise with my personal interest. And then I can give you other information. I go to gym when I have time. So basically, I'm not a really sportive person. I go to gym 1 day a week.
Yes. This is cool. This is cool. Hearing your story. How big is the Power Platform community in Italy?
We have a community in north of Italy. I'm also part of Power Platform Bootcamp organizer, and I love the community because we try to help each other if you have a question or problems, and we help each other to our journey challenges.
Like in business applications, right? Which is where I sit as well as an MVP. One of the longest standing MVPs in our community is Giorgio. And he's from the south of Italy. Have you met him? Do you know who he is?
What is her name?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I'm like, it's impressive for me that I can remember that it's Giorgio.
Okay.
Now you're asking me to remember his last name. Hang on, I will look it up while we talk. But yeah, he is. He's, I think, one of the longest standing MVPs in business application, maybe 15, 16 years. He owns his own company down there. He runs a business that, and he's done a lot in the community in Italy and across Europe as well. But yeah, I can't remember his last name, but he's told me many times, I need to visit the south of Italy, have a proper pizza that he reckons they make the best pizza in the world down there. And so I'm looking forward. Hopefully I'll get to catch up with him next year. Just depends on timing because I know he does a lot of travel as well. What was your journey into IT? How did you decide IT was a career that you wanted to do?
Well, I started to use my first computer when I was a child. I love programming, and I always passionate about technologies, software developing, and what all around technologies. I currently work as a self-employed consultant. My specializing area is Power Platform, of course, and also SharePoint. And I am in IT industry around 17 years. So I have 17 years in industry as experience. And I am also Microsoft certified and trained. And I started my career as a ASP.NET and SQL Server developer with .NET, C#, and then I moved my focus on SharePoint from 2010. And I am on Power Platform from 5 years when it is available.
So who introduced you first to the Power Platform? What was the first time in your memory that you come across the Power Platform from your perspective?
I started to develop some application to try the platform when the platform was published for the first time, and I was impressed to the simplicity and the possibility to create a quick application, and the possibility to quickly develop and deliver application for customer. But I love the possibility to focus on the business processes.
Are you ready to accelerate your career in the Microsoft ecosystem? The 90-Day Mentoring Challenge, created by Mark Smith, is your opportunity to create a personalized pathway to success. Join over 1,200 alumni from more than 70 countries who have achieved remarkable results, from promotions to new job opportunities. Take it from Nathan, who said, "Since completing the 90-Day Mentoring Challenge, I've become an MVP in business applications and doubled my income." Or from Parves, who shares, "I've never felt as inspired or energized about my career as I do now." Sign up at arcor.nz365guide.com. You can find the link in the show notes. And if you use the code podcast, you'll get 10% off.
But how did you first hear about the Power Platform? Can you remember the day kind of when you first came across it?
I don't remember. I don't remember. It was around.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember. It was around 4 years ago or 5 years ago.
You're freelancing, right? How long you been a freelancer?
1 year. 1 year in October.
Why did you decide to become a freelancer?
After when I went MVP, because I like to work for myself, because I can choose. I can choose the project. I can choose the customer, and basically I work for passion. I love my job, so I like to work for myself. And when I became as MVP, I decided to change after 15 years to switch to self-employed consultant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I get a lot of questions from people asking about becoming a freelancer, and like one of the big questions is, how do you decide to make that first move? Like, because people are worried, right? If you've got a mortgage and you have family and things like that, the security that you get from working for a company goes away, right? You're now you, and it's only you, and you have to stand out in the world. Did you have those fears, at the start when you decided to go freelance?
I understand the question. I was scared too, but I think that if you have a lot of competence, you should focus on the competence. And when you know what you do, I think you can't have a problem, because you have the focus, you have the knowledge from your side, and when you have knowledge, you can do what you want.
I like this. Now, when we talked about Giorgio before, it's Giorgio Garcia Andrea.
Okay.
Is his name. And then my other good friend is Guido. Do you know Guido?
No,
Pariti?
I don't know. I don't know.
These two guys have been 2 MVPs in Italy for as long as I can remember.
I am looking to the LinkedIn, but I don't know. I don't know this guy. Okay, Giorgio Garcia Agreda.
Have you got him? Yeah.
No, I see this guy for the first time.
He's been an MVP for 17 years.
Wow.
Like, that's OG, man. That's like right from the beginning. And then Guido, he's another legend. 10 years.
He's a legend,
yeah, Guido in the program. So but let's go back to freelancing, because the next big question I get constantly from folks is, I don't sell. How do I sell myself? Like, I'm not a seller, right? I'm really good at my skills. I'm really good at knowing what I know, but I don't know how to market, and so that people know who I am and that I'm available. And then I don't know then how do you so let's ask that one first of all. How do you pick up new clients? How do you make them aware that you exist, that you have this specific set of skills, and how you can help them?
So it's not a simple task to sell yourself, because it's another kind of skill. Because basically we are technical people in love with technical technologies. So for my point of view, I used to do it before, but for the company. So it's not a big jump for me, but I know it's not simple because is not hard skill, is a soft skill, and you should work on your soft skill every day. I think also to be part of a community of MVPs, community, if you do a lot of conferences, a lot of article, blog posts on internet, and so customer see your face, see your activity, can help to sell your yourself easily, in my opinion.
So let me just check this. So your customer, you've got only one customer?
No, I spent most of my time for the company of my friend Fabio Franzini. He's also a famous Italian MVP. But I have other customer, and they met me from previous experience or from conferences. And for this reason, it's too simple to work for them and to find other customers.
Very interesting. I noticed that you did a post recently, and it was around the design kit, the Creator Kit. Sorry.
Oh yes, the Creator Kit. Yeah, yes. I studied the Creator Kit deeply, especially before the modern controls coming, because I like power ups, but I know some of my customers doesn't like the graphical aspect of the applications. So for this reason, I found the Creator Kit, and I started to do a lot of conference, a lot of speech session around the Creator Kit, because I used it for most of my application. Of course, Creator Kit is based on the same graphical aspect of Microsoft 365, so it's too simple to show your application created on the with the Creator Kit in the Microsoft 365 context. So I really like it, and to be honestly, I use it also today for some of my application. For example, I use the detail list because I think they give me the possibility to do the same user experience of, for example, SharePoint list, because it uses the same graphical components. So for my customer, it's too simple to use my application with the same graphical aspect of Microsoft 365.
So do you get into using Figma at all?
No, I don't use it. No, I know, but I don't use it.
I think when it comes to UI, Figma is the most unbelievable, compelling tool that you should have if you want to create amazing UI on Power Apps.
Wow, I should study it sooner or less.
Yeah, the reason, I had a guy on a call this morning who I did a module on UI and UX in part of my 90-day mentoring challenge. And I showed him, and part of what I show there is a Figma drawing of an app that everybody that looks at it goes, man, that's amazing. I bet you can't build that in Power Apps. And then in the next screen I bring up the Power App. And the Power App is identical to the Figma design. And people are just like, I didn't know Power Apps could look this good. I did not know that is, it looks like a proper iPhone application or Android application. It doesn't look like a Power App, right? And so, but I have always used for UI people that really know Figma well, right? You got to get really like, and are creative and stuff. And then what I found is that when I took those Figma designs to then my development team, my Power App development team, the first thing they were saying, oh, you can't do that. You can't. And I'm like, give it a go. Try and do everything that's in this interface. And you tell me, guess what? Not a single thing they couldn't do. So when I switch and people go, oh my gosh, like I'll interact with the app. It's like, here's a fully functional app. That's the Figma. And they cannot believe that is the app because it looks so identical to the design that was done on Figma.
Wow, interesting. Should I try it?
Yeah, you should try it.
Yeah,
try it. I see you speak at a lot of conferences. You have a lot of events that you cover. Do you enjoy public speaking?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I also have 9 speaking session this year. So, yeah, I'm really a bit tired, but I like it. I like share my experience. I like to compare me with other people, share knowledge, collaborate with others. I think this is an opportunity to grow both personally and professionally. So I really like it. Yeah.
Do you have any kind of habit or process that you go through when preparing to do a presentation? And I'm talking about, how do you think about a topic? How do you then break down that topic? How do you, decide, am I going to do a demo here? Am I going to have an illustration of my concept here? Am I just having text on slides? How do you go through that process? How does it work for you?
Basically, I try to get idea from my job. So if I create a particular apps, or if I resolve a particular business case with a particular technologies or particular path, I try to extrapolate this idea and propose a speaking session. Then, if the speaking session is accepted, I usually try to study, and I looking for other information, other article around this path or around this technology, and then especially if I should deliver my session in English. I started to prepare it 1 week before because I'm not comfortable with English.
So much more difficult, right, when English is a second language, and I fully respect people that are multilingual in this. Anyhow, that's all we've got time for. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Perhaps I'll get to meet you in person when I'm in Italy. We might be able to have a pasta together or something like that. But it's been a pleasure talking to you, Angelo.
Oh, also for me. Let me know when you come back to Italy.
Hey, thanks for listening. I'm your host, Business Application MVP Mark Smith, otherwise known as the NZ365 Guy. If you like the show and want to be a supporter, check out buymeacoffee.com/NZ365 Guy. Thanks again, and see you next time.
Support for this episode comes from Justin Welsh's guide to finding your voice on LinkedIn. When I worked at Google, I never posted on LinkedIn because I didn't think anyone wanted to hear what I had to say. Then I took Justin's course, and it gave me the confidence to start sharing authentically. Check it out if you've been wanting to show up on LinkedIn but don't know how to start. Sign up using the link in the show notes.